Is now a bad time to get into real estate? We're going to talk about that in this video. But first, if you're new here, this is the After the License channel. I'm your host, Jeff Buettner, and this is the channel where we help real estate agents build their business. If you're new here, I recommend subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up if you get value from it, and drop a comment below if you have any questions on the content in this video. Happy to help you and happy to answer any of those. So, is now a bad time to get into real estate? I talk to new real estate agents every single day, and that's a question that comes up a ton. Is now a bad time to get into real estate? Usually when I talk to agents, their concerns are around three different areas. The first one is high competition among other agents. There's a lot of agents entering the business. The second concern is around low inventory and kind of this crazy market we're in. And the third concern is around tech companies kind of innovating and entering the industry. So let's talk about each and every one of those in this video here today. So high competition among agents. This happens every time there's a great real estate market and things are booming. More agents enter the business. And for some, if you're brand new or you're just thinking about getting into real estate, this can be tough. You're scared, you're worried, you're saying, how am I going to cut it in this industry that, every other person, it feels like, has their real estate license? At the end of the day, competition is good. And the reality is while there are a lot of real estate agents, there aren't always, in most markets, a ton of really great real estate agents. There was a stat that came out from the National Association of Realtors where a high percentage of home buyers after 2 years didn't actually remember the name of their real estate agent. And so what does that tell you? That tells you that, maybe that agent did a good job in the transaction, but they don't always have the best skills, or they don't always do the best job of following up and staying in touch with those people long term. And so if you come into this market and you focus on providing value, having good customer service skills, taking care of your clients, I promise you, you can build a sustainable business for yourself and for your family. And again, while the competition feels tough, if you really take a step back and think about how many transactions would I have to do as an individual to build a good business for myself, it's not as many as you think, right? We think about the real estate market as a whole, and we think about the entire city, and we think about all the homes and all the competition. Well, the reality is, in most markets, if you focus on just closing 20 transactions a year, helping 20 individuals or helping 20 families, you can make 6 figures. And again, that's most markets. There are a lot of markets where a higher price point and 20 transactions would get you to multiple 6 figures. So if you just focus on that, focus on providing good customer service, focus on providing value, and really focus on helping 20 individuals, 20 families, and put all of your effort into that, you can build a sustainable business, even if the competition seems like there's a lot out there and there's a lot you're competing with. The second concern agents have is the low inventory. We are in a crazy market in 2021 where inventory is low, buyer demand is high, and we're hearing all these horror stories about agents showing 20, 30, 40, 50 homes before actually finding their client something. Now, is the market tough right now? Yes, but don't let that discourage you from actually getting into the real estate industry. I hope that if you're thinking about getting into the real estate industry, you want to do this long term. 5, 10, 15 years. And if that's really the case, you have to understand that the market is going to ebb and flow that entire time, right? You're going to have markets like this where buyer demand is high and inventory is low. And then there are inevitably going to be markets where the opposite happens, where, we're in a little bit of a downturn and inventory is high and demand is low. And then there's going to be a big chunk of time where we're somewhere in the middle. So don't focus on the market today. Know that the market is always shifting. We know that inventory is going to come back and things are going to adjust and shift and change. And so again, are we in a low inventory kind of tough market right now? Yes, but that's surely to change in a year, 2 years, and things will ebb and flow throughout your career. So don't let that be a deterrent. Focus on your career, focus on providing value, and you'll have good success. The third thing I've heard agents talk about and have concerns around, especially getting into real estate, is the tech companies that are entering the space. We're seeing Zillow and they're rolling out their iBuyer program. We're seeing companies like Opendoor. And so some agents are saying, hey, are real estate agents going to go away? Am I entering a career that's dying? And granted, I would say that's up for debate, but in my opinion, real estate agents are here to stay. Selling real estate and buying real estate for the consumer is the biggest purchase that they make in their entire life. And so while the industry might change, technology changes every industry, I think the real estate agent will always have a piece of that and be a part of the process. And I think a good example to look at is the legal industry. There are a lot of tech companies who have been innovating inside the legal space for a few years now. LegalZoom is one of them, and some of these other kind of easy contract type services that you can just go online, buy the contract, fill it out yourself, and you're good to go. Now, do some people utilize those? Yes, but are there also a lot of situations where things are too complicated and people go to lawyers for them? Yes. And I think the real estate industry and real estate agents will start to look more like that. Are there going to be scenarios where someone just sells their house to an iBuyer? Yes. But are there going to be other situations where an expert needs to get involved? There's going to be more negotiation. There needs to be more local neighborhood expertise. 1000%. And that's where, in my opinion, the real estate agent will always have a place inside of the transaction. So if you're worried about the tech companies, know that technology changes every industry, but it's usually for the better because it's focused on the consumer, it's focused on making things easier. And frankly, technology has made our jobs easier as a real estate agent. So don't be scared of the technology, embrace it, be open to being agile in your business. And again, focus on the consumer experience and what they're looking for. And again, you can build a long-term career here. So we talked about the three kind of major concerns. So ultimately, what is my advice? My advice is, again, if you're in this for the long term, get into real estate. Yes, there are some concerns. There's going to be concerns starting your business anywhere, whether you want to open up a restaurant, sell real estate, whether you want to fix cars. There are always going to be changes in your industry and there's going to be fluctuations in it. At the end of the day, if you're focused on the customer and you're focused on building a good business, you can have success in real estate. Don't let some of these temporary factors that are in play just today that might adjust and change later this year or next year affect your decision to change your life and go down this path if that's what you're looking to do. I think real estate is one of the best careers that you can get into. But again, you're building a business. So are there going to be challenges? Are there going to be some struggles? Yes, but if you're focused on the consumer and you're focused on your business and focused on providing good value, you can have success no matter your age, no matter what part of the country you're in, and no matter what kind of competitors we have and what the market looks like today. So hopefully this video was helpful. Drop a comment below. What other concerns do you have about getting in the real estate industry? What else can I help answer for you? Hopefully this video was helpful. Give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.